If you're looking for kinky curly hair to match your type 4 natural hair, we might be onto something with this affordable Afro Curly hair. But first, let's unbox this bag. My bundles came in this soft pink bag, which is perfect for storing your bundles when you aren't using them. The bundles came in these Ziploc bags, and that's what the hair looks like in its natural state. The bundles came with this hair guide that talks about how to care for your bundles, this edge brush and comb, an elastic band to help with laying your edges, wig caps, I don't know why they included this, but we continue, mink lashes and press-on nails, a reversible satin bonnet, which I love because you can never have enough, and finally this satin scrunchie, which I use to pineapple my hair at night to preserve my curls while I sleep. All right, let's jump into this review. Starting with the specs, I purchased 3 bundles of this Afro Curly hair in 20 inches. It came in a natural black. I ended up dyeing it jet black because I prefer jet black hair, and I found that this hair took the dye very well. It didn't impact the curl pattern or anything like that. Looked just as great right before install. Moving into cost, generally speaking, the bundles that I purchased would have been $149. However, I was able to find a coupon code on their website, bringing the cost down to $134.10. And so yes, I purchased 3 bundles for a whopping total of $134, and your girl was not mad at that at all. Moving into my initial impressions after the install, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was actually extremely concerned when I first got this hair installed, only because the ends were looking super sparse. I'll insert a picture because I think I took one picture of it. I was so concerned that I ended up DMing the company and asking them what the heck was going on, simply because the hair was looking crazy. I'll give you more insight to what I'm talking about. I have about half of a bundle here, and if you can see at the ends, it's looking sparse in this area. And that was what I was concerned about. Usually when I get kinky curly hair, I'm used to the bundles being, you know, full and thick from the top of the weft to the bottom of the tips, and that just was not the case with this hair. And so that really concerned me. However, I found that when I went home and shampooed it, conditioned it, and styled it, it turned out to be exactly what I expected. I actually had to go back to the company and say, actually, just kidding. And so initially I was concerned, but I figured out how to deal with the hair and how to properly style it to get it to look and match with my hair. I think the hair just gets accustomed to being in whatever the curl pattern was before, and so you have to actually like detangle it. You actually have to do all the things to it to bring the hair to life. Not that I think you should have to bring hair to life, but that's what I experienced with this hair, and it didn't really bother me too much, to be honest. Let's talk about shedding. This hair sheds just as much as any kinky curly texture or curly texture would. I actually washed my hair yesterday, and this is how much hair came out of that styling process. To be honest, it wasn't that much to me. I actually expected it to be more, simply because I had rocked a 7-day wash and go, as in I did not detangle it, I did not do anything to it after the initial styling, and so I expected to see more hair fall, but that was not the case. And I expect curly hair to shed, and it shedded. In fact, I think it shedded less than I actually expected, so that's a pro about this hair so far, at least. I'm only a week and 3 days in, so who knows? After a few weeks of this, maybe I won't have any hair on the tracks. I don't know. Obviously, I'll have to come back and update, but for the time being now, I'm completely fine with the amount of shedding that came out. I don't think it was too excessive. Let's talk about manageability. I think this hair is pretty manageable. I say pretty manageable because I think it depends on the person who's dealing with the hair. Curly hair is a little bit more high maintenance. You actually have to, you know, take the time to detangle properly. You gotta condition, you gotta do all the things, right? Especially if you want the hair to last a long time. I'm completely used to doing wash and goes and things of that nature, so I find this hair to be just as manageable as my own natural hair. And so I think it's manageable. I do think it can be high maintenance, but again, I think that all depends on what your experience is dealing with natural hair. If you're used to dealing with natural hair and working with wash and goes and things of that nature, then this will just be like dealing with your own natural hair. I do believe this hair is extremely soft. It's super light. I don't know, it gives me vibes. It makes me think I'm rocking my hair just a little bit longer, and I absolutely love it. It does get tangled. Again, as you can expect with any curly hair, it gets tangled. What I do to minimize how tangled it is I really set my hair with gel. That way it freezes all the curls in place so that I can wear my hair in this style for an extended period of time without it really tangling up on each other. I actually learned that technique with my own natural hair. I found that if you use the right gel and a generous amount of the right gel on your hair, it will literally freeze your hair in place and it will minimize tangling. And so I'm just using the same methods that I use on my natural hair on this hair, and I'm finding them to be extremely beneficial and they actually work. So far, so good. Let's talk about blendability, if that's even a word. I think this hair blends extremely well with my natural hair. For those of you who don't know, I have combination type 4 hair. That means I have a combination of type 4A, 4B, 4C all throughout my hair. Honestly, usually I don't subscribe to the typing system, but for the purposes of this video, my leave out, I believe, is more on the 4A, 4B side. I believe the hair blends perfectly. I love how it's seamless. Like, outside of the fact that I trimmed my leave out, and so you can kind of see the line of demarcation, the curls blend effortlessly with this hair. What I love about this hair is that because of the way I set it, it's set super curly. However, if you reduce the amount of product that you use in your hair, you'll get an even, like a different hair pattern. So I actually think this hair is actually pretty versatile. There are a couple of reviews out there on this hair where I think the girls have a tighter curl pattern than my hair, and so they use this hair and it seemed to work effortlessly with their hair. Highly recommend you check them out. I'll actually link them down below as well so you guys can get a sense of what the hair looks like on people with other textures. But yeah, for me, this hair blends really well. I love that I do not have to, you know, give myself a braid out or a twist out or anything like that to make this hair blend. I know for those of you guys who have watched some of my other videos, y'all know I live for the Mongolian kinky curly hair. But so far, I actually prefer this texture better because it's a closer match to my hair than that hair is. Now that I think about it, I'm almost certain that the kinky curly hair from Isee Beauty Hair is more on the 3C, 4A side. And that's the reason why I have to do a little teeny bit manipulation to my own hair to get it to blend effortlessly with that hair. So far, I am really loving this hair texture. Again, it's super light. I think it's performing excellently in this New York weather. As you guys know, it's hot and humid, and again, my hair is behaving. It's actually my natural hair and this hair is behaving. It doesn't feel overwhelming. It is very light. I purchased 3 bundles, but my hairstylist installed only 2.5 or a little bit over 2.5, and that was the perfect amount because I feel like any more might be too much for this kind of heat. This is my initial impression of this hair. I've only had it in for a week and 3 days, as I mentioned before, and so I will be coming back with an update. I will drop links and specs of this hair down below. If you would like to see how I style this hair, go ahead and let me know down in the comment sections. I'm curious, have any of you tried this texture? What are your thoughts? How has your experience been with it? Per usual, thank you so much for watching my video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Deuces.